This is Miss Downey, and this is all about 2-4, more about linear equations. And I ask everyone to copy into their math journal today the point-slope form, which says the equation of a line in point-slope form through point x1, y1 with slope of m is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And the first problem that I would like to teach is about writing an equation given a point and the slope. So it says a line that passes through -5 and 2 with the slope of 3/5. What is an equation of this line? Well, there's your point. This is your x1 and your y1. And here's your slope, your m. So all you have to do is start with your point-slope form and then substitute your y1, your x1, and your m. And when you do, you get y minus 2 equals 3/5, your slope, times x minus your x1, which is -5. Okay, now you just clean up your signs. Minus and minus goes to plus, and you clean that up. Y minus 2 equals 3/5 times x plus 5, and that's your equation simplified in point-slope form. Problem 2 is about writing an equation given 2 points. Now they're just turning it up a notch, like I like to say. So now instead of giving us a point and slope, they're going to give us just 2 points. Well, we can still calculate our slope from 2 points, so that's what we're going to do. Then we pick just one of the points. I always choose the easier numbers, and then you can use your point-slope form. So let's first get our slope. Well, we know from our previous assignment that the slope is 8 minus 2, which is 6, over 5 minus 3, which is 2. So that comes out to be 3. So we've got a slope of 3, and I'm going to use this point, 3, 2. So here it is. All right, so here it is again, bigger. All right, so we have a slope of 3. And I'm going to use this point. So now I have a point and a slope. So now I'm going to write my equation. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now plug in. There's your x1, y1. Plug those in. Y minus 2 equal my slope of 3 times x minus my x1, which is also 3. And actually there's nothing to clean up there. All the signs are good, so that's your answer. So another form of an equation of our line, we've so far learned slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b, and then we've learned point-slope, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now the last one we're going to learn is our standard form of a linear equation, and it is ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers, and a and b cannot both be 0 at the same time. Okay, one can be, but not both. So the next thing, it says, what's an equation of a line y equals 3/4 x minus 5 in standard form? Well, we know standard form is ax plus by equal c. So your x and y is on one side of the equation, your constants on the other. So let's do that. Right now it's in slope-intercept form, right? So to get to standard form, we're going to have to subtract 3/4 x from each side. And when you do, that goes away, and you get a minus 3/4 x on this side plus y equal -5. And that's your answer. Oh, wait. One other thing. They said use integer coefficients. So we've got to clear the fraction. How do you clear a fraction? Well, multiply by its denominator, right? If I want to get rid of that 4, I'm going to have to multiply by 4. And if I multiply that by 4, I have to multiply that by 4, and I have to multiply that by 4. Right? And these cancel out, and I'm left with 3x equals, or excuse me, 3x plus 4y. And actually, I'm going too fast. Let me repeat that. It's a negative 3x plus 4y equal negative 20. So just multiply everything by 4. Now we have answered. We turned our slope-intercept equation into standard form, and then we cleared the fractions. So now we have just integer coefficients. See, we've got a negative 3, a 4, and a negative 20, all integers. So here's a quick concept summary of our 3 equations that we've done: slope-intercept, point-slope, and standard form. The last thing I want to show is how to graph an equation using intercepts. So this is the great thing that standard form is really good for, is helping us find our x and y intercepts. And if we have an x and y intercept, if we know where those intercepts are, then we can quickly graph a line. So this is what we use standard form for. And remember, if I'm getting an intercept of an x value, it means my y is going to be 0, right? So if that was at a 2, this would be 2, 0. My x-intercept. For all x-intercepts, the y is going to be 0, and vice versa. For all y-intercepts, your x value is always going to be 0. So if you want to find your x and y intercepts, you just turn the other to 0. So let's look. What are the intercepts at 3x plus 5y equal 15? And then graph it. So to find the y-intercept, we're going to set x to 0. So when you do, the x terms go away, and you have 5y equal 15. Well, that's just a one-step equation. Y equals 3. So now plot your y-intercept. So go to 3 on your y and plot that. Now reverse the process for your x-intercept. So now turn y to 0. And when you do, that goes away, and you have 3x equal 15. Divide each side by 3, and you get the x-intercept is 5. So now we're going to plot that. After you graph that, now connect the 2 lines, and now you have your graph. So this is where we stopped today, and you were to work workbook 2-4, number 1 through 14, all of them, both evens and odds, and skip number 11. And we will do 15 through the end in class tomorrow. And that's it for today. Thank you very much, and good night.